what do you think? Should students make themselves ready for the economics in the future in this era of the data sciences, AI?
Yeah, the AI is controversial and how that will impact economists.
What made you pursue your profession into economics?
I went to college not expecting to study that subject, but when I took the first course, I fell in love with it.
What are your thoughts on Indian poverty system?
For quite a few years, I studied how to measure and compare poverty with different populations.
Give us advice, something about your research that you have done throughout your life. Which are the economic challenges the world is facing right now, do you feel? Since I am from India, I have admired a lot of economists like Amartya Sen, Raghuram Rajan, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and also Dr. Manmohan Singh, whose contributions have, impacted a lot on economic development of India. For the students who want to pursue career in economics, like in United States, India, or anywhere else, what kind of skills, experience, and mindset they should have while they pursue their education when they want to make a meaningful and successful career in this field? Hello, my name is Pranali Shashank and welcome to the show Visionary Minds. Today I feel so happy to welcome Dr. Lester Zeagar, who is a distinguished professor in economics at East Carolina University, who is teaching there and also researching from past 40 years, whose study focuses on poverty and inequality, which has helped many people to reduce the poverty and also get equal opportunities. He is a dedicated teacher there and also has received many awards. Welcome you, Dr. Zeagar.
Thank you.
What made you pursue your profession into economics?
I went to college not expecting to study that subject, but when I took the first course, I fell in love with it.
Okay.
And I went to my teacher and I asked him what I need to do to become an economist. So he gave me some advice and I was on my way.
Oh, wow. And while you was pursuing your undergrad studies, did you ever think that you're going to end up into academics?
I didn't think I was headed for an academic career initially. I thought that I might do economic development projects in Asia or Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But the academic life grew on me. It appealed to me
Okay.
as I went along.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think one of the turning points was one my teachers asked me if I would be a tutor
Okay.
of a student who was struggling.
Huh.
And I said, okay, I will. I like the subject. I'll try to help her learn. And she thought she did not have a mind for economics.
Okay.
But I asked her how she was approaching learning. And I suggested a different way to approach it.
Okay.
And she scored much better on her next exam. And I thought, wow, you can make a difference as a teacher.
So that is how you ended up in academics.
Then I started thinking about teaching.
It's been a long journey of you, like 4 decades almost.
Right.
For the students who want to pursue career in economics, like in United States, India, or anywhere else, what kind of skills, experience, and mindset they should have while they pursue their education when they want to make a meaningful and successful career in this field?
To study at the graduate level,
Mm-hmm.
they need to have math skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very important.
Okay.
And learning how to do data analysis on computers
Okay.
is very important. And it helps a lot to have an interest in public policy. What would help to make the world a better place?
What are the economic changes that you have seen over a period of time that you feel they have most surprising to you?
For a long time, economists were advocates of international trade
Okay.
and the advantages of collaborating with people from all around the world making different kinds of products.
Uh-huh.
But recently that the public policy has shifted, not so much how economists feel, but all the high tariffs and the
Yeah.
attempts to limit migration has really changed dramatically
So this is what has shifted in the last 40 years.
in the last 5 to 10 years.
And what do you think, should students make themselves ready for the economics in the future in this era of the data sciences, AI?
Yeah, the AI is controversial and how that will impact economists. Uh, a lot of the programming skills that I mentioned are now being taken up by AI.
Yes, they are.
So it's really important that we understand how programming works because you have to check the AI
Mm-hmm.
to see if it was done correctly. It sometimes makes mistakes, but you have to know how to program to catch the mistakes.
So we have to pay attention on these things.
Yes.
That's that. So you have worked on something called as multidimensional poverty. Tell us something about that so that general audience can understand about it.
Yes. For quite a few years, I studied how to measure and compare poverty with different populations.
Okay.
And the tradition in economics was to think of being poor as a lack of income.
Mm-hmm.
So we would evaluate poverty solely based on having adequate or inadequate income. But in the last 15 years, the view has changed that there are other capabilities other than being able to purchase goods and services that really matter,
Okay.
like having enough education to participate in the employment opportunities out there and being in good health, having a long, healthy lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
and that there, of course, having too little income is a deprivation. It limits you, but so does poor health, and
Yes.
so does an inadequate education. So now we look at all those things, and including whether you're subject to living in an area with a lot of crime
Mm-hmm.
or are free of that.
And what do you feel how it can be resolved?
So what we do now is expand what we monitor.
Mm-hmm.
We check those other aspects of well-being, and it gives a richer picture of well-being than we did before, when we just assumed that having enough income was all that mattered.
Do you feel will it be eradicated in coming decades?
Well, since I started teaching 40 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
in the world, we've had the greatest reduction in poverty in any period in history.
So
So,
what are your thoughts on Indian poverty system?
well, there's been some progress there. It was most spectacular in China.
How has teaching shaped your research? And also give us advice something about your research that you have done throughout your life.
Hmm. Well, I developed an interest in another topic that hasn't been mentioned yet. I was I I felt compassion for people who become refugees
Mm-hmm.
because of violence or environmental problems that they have to flee their homeland. A person's life has to be seriously disrupted to want to leave home.
Yes.
And often no one wants them. So they don't have a place where they're safe and can flourish. I read about in East Africa some refugees that had been 30 years in refugee camps. So people over the age of 30 never knew any other way except a refugee camp.
Mm-hmm.
And so I began studying the negotiations to solve these problems and applying I teach a course on game theory, which is about making deals with people.
Oh, that's interesting.
Why can't we solve these crises? Why can't we find a home for these people? Why can't we find the resources to allow the children to get an education and to get health care and to grow up to be flourishing adults? So I wrote a number of papers and ultimately a book about how to think about those negotiations and how to find ways to resolve them.
Well, we are going to definitely read this. Yeah, there are a lot of refugees coming up, so a good thing you're doing.
There are many millions of refugees in the world.
And you have taken the initiation to help few of them and have studied about them is indeed a great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, which is the biggest challenge that you see is world facing right now?
I don't know if I can find just one. I think managing to avoid violence and conflict that produces all these refugees, the environmental concerns that also chase people out away from their homes. Those are two big ones.
And which are the economic challenges the world is facing right now, do you feel?
Well, that challenge that we talked about earlier of continuing to reduce the amount of poverty, that's a challenging one. I think my career will end with that problem still not solved.
You said about the game theory that you are working on. So, can we like inculcate this into other countries as well?
Game theory has many uses in business and economics, in government, political science, international conflicts, and in everyday life. Even thinking about how to get your children to eat healthy
Okay.
or to take their schoolwork seriously involves more than one decision maker
Mm-hmm.
interacting, and it can be strategic, where I try to influence
The same
another
to the power.
person's decisions. Yeah.
So this is you have used this into this poverty line, the game theory. So we can use it multidimensionally.
Not so much in the multi-dimensional, but certainly in the refugee negotiations. There, for sure.
Okay. Since I am from India, I have admired a lot of economists like Amartya Sen, Raghuram Rajan, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and also Dr. Manmohan Singh, whose contributions have, impacted a lot on economic development of India.
Well, in this multi-dimensional poverty work that I'm doing now, Amartya Sen from India is the most important thinker.
Mm-hmm.
He taught us how to think about that problem, and then other people took it from there. But in that field where I'm working now, he's the most important figure.
And how about United States?
I have admired game theorists. I'll pick the person who first helped me to see the value of game theory. His name is Alvin Roth.
Okay.
It was at the University of Pittsburgh when I was a graduate student. He taught there.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very, very nice man and brilliant. It seemed sometimes when I was talking with him as though my mind works slow compared to his. He eventually won a Nobel Prize for his work in matching physicians to residency programs the annual matching day in the United States in matching uh, people who need a kidney
Mm-hmm.
with kidney donors. So he's helped many people to live a better life using game theory,
Mm-hmm.
and he inspired me to begin thinking about that topic.
And he's one of your favorite economists.
He now teaches at Stanford University in California.
Have you met him?
Yes, when I was a graduate student, and once since at the national meetings of economists, I met him, and he had a son, and I had a daughter that were the same age, that were little children when we
Oh.
were in Pittsburgh,
Uh-huh.
and now they were both grown up, and so we talked about what happened to our children, what they became.
Nice. Where do you see yourself in upcoming 10 years?
By then, I should be retired. I have many books that I want to read, and I'm excited about the opportunity to have the time.
What are the books that the economists read? We are interested to know that.
Well, I mentioned Alvin Roth. He's written a brand new book this year that I haven't had a chance to read yet or even purchase.
Okay.
And I like reading books about the church, where I also invest a lot of time,
Okay.
and what it should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
What's our mission? And so I like both those topics, economics and religion.
Okay. And what's the one advice you would like to give today's youth who are pursuing their education?
In my field, there's a lot of work
Okay.
to be an academic, to write research papers, to teach. It's a lot of work. If you have a passion for what you're doing, then it doesn't seem so hard to do the work. But you need a passion about something that you'd like to learn about or help someone with. And that passion will carry you through all the work and make it fun.
Yeah, that's right. And how anyone gets paid?
Well, it varies a lot by field. Um, Economists at a university will make often more than 100,000, so it
Oh.
pays well.
And what are the educational fees that one needs to pay?
Uh, well, you need to earn a PhD
Mm-hmm.
to be a candidate for these positions. So a lot of years and a lot of tuition.
A lot of dedication and a lot of money as well. And then you get paid
Yeah.
nicely. Yeah. As you said, it is very important to have a passion in whatever we do. So we should
Yes.
love what we do.
Yes.
So you have been into so much of social activities. Since I came from India in the recent months, I have seen you and your wife, you rigorously work for the social service. And I feel so proud of Miss Eunice and you that you all are ready to help everyone at any time. And that makes you a very generous and humble human beings. So thank you so much for that. No one here in Greenville is there who doesn't know you. Everyone knows you because of your kindness. It may be like arranging the functions at the church, doing the free food Mondays, or giving the people the needy things that they need, and so many things. You all don't even know what kind of impact you all have on the student life here in Greenville. So thank you so much for that. I thank you both on behalf of entire community that you all have helped. Thank you so much.
Well, you're very kind.
Yeah.